back to the vlog, guys. Welcome back to Exotic Car Play Place. Today, I'm going to talk to you about some tips, things that you need to consider. Well, that when you are modifying your car, that you make sure you consider all these points. Let's go. So before you undertake the project of modifying your fancy little sporty car, for example, like this 335 here, you have to consider a lot of factors. One of them is the sheer cost. Before you get into a project of upgrading performance and looks and handling, you have to consider the cost of it. What is your end goal? What are you looking at? What are you trying to achieve? Are you looking for a car for performance, look, sound, the whole nine? It kind of depends, right? Everybody has their own objectives. But know this, when you start modifying things, it always creates necessities to add something else to complement it. It also sometimes means you have to pay other people to do some of the work. That costs money. Upgraded parts, aftermarket parts cost money. Don't forget, as soon as you start adding power, other things start to maybe wear out or break where they maybe didn't before. That's something to consider. I like to use the term diminishing returns. And so the more you put into it, the less you sort of yield out of it. You really have to do it for passion. You want to do it for the reasons that motivate you solely in the heart here, guys, right here. But you have to ask yourself, is that something you want to do? So it will cost you money. That's the first thing that you got to consider. The second thing you have to consider, before you even start modifying your car, all things aside, we won't talk about cost associated with this, but maintenance. If you're the type of person that just wants to get in a car, turn the key and go, modifying your car will have a negative impact on that. Why? Well, primarily because when you modify your car, lack of maintenance will take a toll. If you haven't been maintaining your car, things like injectors, fuel pumps, fuel filters, spark plugs, coils, those things, if they haven't been looked after, will have a much higher failure rate, and you will see more issues again as a result of not maintaining your car. As well as if you just like getting in a car that was designed by factory, research and development created that car to satisfy the masses. In other words, people like me, buy that car in the first place because we like the way it drives. If you start modifying your car, you're going to have a car now that no longer meets that criteria. Now, maybe you want it faster, okay, for sure, but there's a trade-off. So as soon as you make the car faster, how do you get there? Car creates more speed and more power, uses more fuel. So the spin-off is more fuel, maintenance costs have to go up. You have to make sure you take care of those things, because if you don't, they will break. So the third thing, why you have to really consider hard, everybody, whether you want to modify your car, it's resale value. I mean, let's face it, a lot of people like fast cars, for sure they do. But as soon as you start making changes, a lot of people don't like that. A lot of people want to buy their cars used from a good owner who is taking care of it, hasn't made any major changes, and honestly, selling a used car that has been highly modified becomes very difficult, and often resale value takes a real big hit. So if you're going to modify your car, consider changes that are easily reversed, or you haven't gone too far. You start adding single turbo kits, you start changing, putting meth injection, you start making catless downpipe upgrades and cutting and welding and torching and butchering parts that were originally there as factory. You start doing that stuff, resale will take a big hit. So know that if you're going to do that, that's a car you're committed to. You want to keep that car for a while. Maybe you want to race it. Maybe you want to take it to the track. That's why you want it to go fast. That's okay. That's the means to the end, right? But as soon as you do that, knowing that you're going to get top dollar for that car when you go to resell it, likely that won't happen. As a matter of fact, not only will you not get top dollar, often you won't even be able to sell the car. Depending on how far you go with your modifications, a lot of people don't even want the car. So I've seen that with friends who have done some big mods, and they are not able to sell their car. They're basically committed to it for life. They'll drive it till it dies, call it a day. It's a loss. It's a financial loss. But you do it for the passion. We all do this stuff for the passion. Look at me, I'm driving this for the passion. I didn't do it for the financial loss. I know what I'm getting into, but you guys should know that as well. It's very important. The fourth major thing to consider when you're modifying your car is very, very important, guys. We all like to get in a hot rod car and go for a hard rip on a Sunday afternoon, get in the car, crank the wheel, crank the ignition, it fires up, it roars to a loud, aggressive scream. You get on it, it's aggressive, it handles tight. The car's kind of noisy, maybe you got straight cut gears, the thing howls and the turbos are noisy and the straight pipes are aggressive, and you want that. That's why we do that. Whoa! But consider, as soon as you start doing these changes, is this a daily driver? Are you driving this car every single day? If you are, consider this. So you've got a catless downpipe exhaust, maybe a cat bypass, muffler bypass, things like I've got here. Well, you will upset the neighbors sometimes. You might upset the police. You'll certainly upset somebody along the way. I know that for a fact. I've already been upsetting a few people along the way. So consider that. You have to live with that now. Consider that if you make suspension upgrades or brake upgrades, they sometimes will have a negative impact too. So, if you upgrade the brakes, you put some hardcore high performance brakes, they might start squealing all of a sudden. A lot of people don't like squeaky brakes. What about an aggressive suspension? Well, that can have twofold. One, it can be very hard on your back and your spine and all that. People that are riding with you might find it a little bit difficult to live with as well. And if you set up your suspension too aggressively, like track suspension, for example, your camber is out, front or back, you set it up more as a track rig, what can end up happening, you wear out tires so fast that you're changing tires once, twice a year. So that becomes kind of an annoyance. But again, understand that whatever it is you do, you have to live with. Now think about that. I know we all know that. I mean, that's a given. You're going to live with this car, but seriously think about it. When you live with that car, it doesn't go away. So that change is going to have an impact every day of your life. If you're driving that car 7 days a week, you're going to feel those things 7 days a week. Maybe it's just a Sunday cruiser for you, and then it's perfect. That's fine. But if it's a daily driver and you're driving this to work, what if you're driving it somewhere that's very quiet? Or what if you're a senior executive in a large company somewhere, a corporate company, and you have to pick up clients regularly? Do you want them to be sitting into a fire-breathing dragon, like a twin turbo with oversized turbos and big boost and howling and screaming? Do you want to pick up clients and other executives with that car? These are all things you really have to consider. For me, it's a no-brainer. I did it because I love this car. I have the passion, and you have to have the passion to do this type of thing, because none of modifying a car makes sense in the real world. It costs you money, it pisses people off, it makes life difficult for you some days. None of it makes sense in the real world. It only makes sense to people like you guys and me, car people. Only car people can make sense of this. So everybody, I really hope you enjoyed the video. I really, really do. Thanks again, everybody. Thanks for watching. I really hope you hit that link on the end screen here. That's going to take you to one of my recent videos of this 335 where I talk about one of my favorite mods. Talk to you then, guys. Bye-bye.